Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Once again, this is Starboy, the Cosmic Witch. Today we're going to go ahead and do our reading for the full moon, July 3rd, 2023. Before we get into the reading, please make sure to leave me a like and subscribe if you're not already. And thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. Love you guys. So what I'm psychically feeling with this full moon going into this is a super moon, I believe, occurring in Sagittarius. So there's a strong energy with this full moon. Honestly, what I'm getting as far as psychic messages, it feels like this is a time of a new beginning of some kind. It's a period of transition. There's a sense of this is the start of a new chapter. And so there's a little bit of a hectic energy with that. You know, when something comes to an end and we move towards a new chapter, there's that transitional sort of hectic energy. It kind of feels like there's a little bit of a chaotic energy. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of movement. There's a lot of activity. There's a lot of change underway. You may even be feeling a sense of you don't really know what's going on or what you're doing or what to do next. There could be a lot of confusion with this energy. Whether you take that through a negative lens or a positive lens is of course up to you. But these are the energies that can lean a little bit more towards the chaotic and the hectic side, if that makes sense. However, I'm being told by Spirit to tell you that things are well in hand. There is a plan, there is an agenda, there is a divine will in motion. Things are unfolding as they should. You are on the correct path, you are on the right path. Whatever changes you're undergoing, whatever things you have brought to an end and you're moving towards something new, you made the right decisions, you made the right choices for yourself and for your well-being, and you're moving forward on the path that you're supposed to be on. So I'm also being told that you just need to remain patient, trust in the divine plan, trust in yourself and the choices that you have made, and trust the process and let it unfold as it should in its divine right timing. Okay? I'm also being told that you'll be surprised with the positive outcomes of these changes. So that's always good to hear. With that said, let's go ahead and look at the astrology. Like I said, this full moon is occurring in Sagittarius. So this brings an energy of experimentation, trying new things, figuring out new techniques, new methods. It's a very practical energy and pragmatic energy. You're figuring things out very much. The moon in Sagittarius highlights an energy of sometimes travel, transition, and change in that sense. It also brings wisdom, insight. Like I said, with experimentation, you gain wisdom through that. You gain wisdom through going through any type of process. There's also an energy of lightheartedness with Sagittarius and not taking things too seriously, seeing the humor in things, right? That lighthearted sort of just going with the flow and happy energy with that, being happy with that process, I should say. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of expansion and growth. So that energy is also in play with this. Learning new methods, learning new techniques, gaining wisdom, gaining insight. There's a sense of growth and expansion with this energy. And remember, this is the supermoon, so everything is amplified. With the moon in Sagittarius, this would be a good time to cast your spells and do magic and ritual meditation to learn your deepest inner truths or to reawaken them, bring them back out of you again. It's always good when we're going through a period of change or transition, when we're making our choices for our path going forward, that we get in touch with our deep inner truths and allow that to be our guiding principle. I'm seeing something to do with contracts or some kind of legal matters or possibly writing. Something along those lines I'm seeing could also be highlighted with this energy. A couple other conjunctions I noticed. We have the Sun and Mercury are conjunct in Gemini at the time of this full moon. Maybe that's where I'm feeling the energy of writing and publications or something like that. With Mercury in Gemini, the sign that it rules, and the Sun also there. bringing that creative expression forward. Maybe do some journaling. Maybe through your writing, you will discover your inner truths and be able to express them more clearly and set a plan for yourself on the path that you're taking. I also noticed that Venus and Mars are conjunct in Leo at the time of the full moon. So that's a really interesting dynamic. Seems like we've been having a lot of this balancing of masculine and feminine energies with the Mars and Venus interplay lately. Being in the sign of Leo, once again, that's your creative expression to a large degree. Maybe this will be a time where we're called to bring our masculine and feminine energies into balance, our inner and our outer worlds into balance, and express that energy, that balanced, harmonized energy. With that said, let's go ahead and get into the cards. I'll be using the Lumina Tarot by Inner Hue, and I will pull a Rune Oracle card. Now I align myself with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. I continue. Please communicate the truth to me through these hearts, so that I may be guided for the highest good of all things. Please give us your divine guidance for this full moon in Sagittarius. What do we need to know, do, or be aware of at this time for our highest good, greatest success, and joy? Please give us your divine guidance now. Thank you, and so mote it be. Wow, a lot of energy here. The first card that we have is the High Priestess. Beautiful energy. Now this is that wisdom, right? That divine wisdom, the divine feminine, the insight coming in. So with the High Priestess, it's all about getting that intuitive guidance, getting that inner guidance. Like I was saying, getting in touch with that inner truth through meditation, through journaling. These are the ways that we tap into the inner High Priestess within ourselves. The moon, the divine feminine, exoterically also gives us that guidance. It comes through our dreams. It comes through our feelings and our emotions. And doing things like journaling, doing things like meditating helps us bring that to the surface and bring sort of a conscious thought to that energy, that inner guidance, right? The message of the High Priestess is to trust that inner voice, trust your intuition, trust that inner guidance, allow it to lead you, because it is you. It's you leading yourself in your life through that inner wisdom. Next we have the King of Swords. I don't know if I'm tripping, but that kind of looks like Christopher Walken to me. Doesn't it, a little bit? Okay, the King of Swords is a very powerful masculine energy. So again, it's like we're being called to bring these energies into balance. The divine feminine. We also have the moon as the third card, which I'll get into that. So we have these powerful feminine energies, and then we have the King of Swords in the middle, the masculine energy. This is the decisive energy of the intellect and the mind. You know, the High Priestess and the moon are the subconscious, the emotions, and this is the intellect. This is the conscious thought. The masculine energy of taking action, being decisive. So I feel like we're being called to get in touch with our inner voice, get in touch with our insight and our inner wisdom, our intuition, and then trust in it and be decisive with that energy. We can also see the symbolism of the hawk or the falcon or whatever bird this is here. That higher view, overlooking things, that expansive vision, the visionary state. That's also part of the King of Swords energy. So it's definitely an energy of higher awareness. With the King of Swords coming up, do not doubt the power of your mind and your will and your intention. We are being called to step into this energy. Be a king, be a queen. Do not doubt yourself in any way, ever. Truly don't. You have this powerful mind and you can make anything happen if you just believe in yourself and you take that action and work towards it. Be decisive. Make it happen. You can. The next card that we have is the moon. Beautiful card, beautiful energy. The moon represents the night path, traversing the darkness. When we walk in darkness, we can't always see very far ahead, but we can see enough to know our next steps. And the moon illuminates the darkness. The moon gives guidance in the darkness. So through this transitional period, the moon, the divine feminine, the high priestess, the intuition, that's what guides us through the unknown, through the murkiness of it all. It doesn't tell us all the answers, but it tells us enough to do the next step, and the next step, and the next step. This continuing path. Trust the process of your path unfolding and your inner wisdom to know which steps to take along that path as it unfolds. So trust in the process, but also have the courage to take the steps with the King of Swords and have that decisive action. So yeah, that's what I'm getting off the tarot. Let's go ahead and pull a runic oracle card and see what other messages we get. No, I align myself with the Aesir, the Veneer, and all you spirits of the Norse tradition and Norse path. Please give your guidance to us now. Communicate the truth through these cards, so that I may be guided for the highest good of all. Thank you, and so much. Please give us your divine guidance for this full moon in Sagittarius. Is there anything else that we need to know or do or be aware of at this time for our highest good, greatest success and joy? Please give us your divine guidance now. Thank you, and submit it me. So for the runic oracle card, we have Ingwaz. So there you go. That's the imagery. Resembling a seed, this rune is associated with fertility, both in terms of agriculture and vegetation, as well as procreation among earthly creatures, representing the height of the harvest and the abundance collected. The god Freyr is associated with this rune and has been revered to bless the land as well as male virility. He is usually depicted well endowed and erect. And so it is of little wonder that Freyr presides over male sexuality, especially gay men. Like Laga's, the Ingwaz card shows another man prostrating himself on the earth, submitting to the elements and Freyr to ground him, invigorate him, ravish him, and make him a vessel between the earthly and spiritual energies. In the distance is the flourishing land as blessed by all 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and divine spirit. The key words are male sexuality, fertility, union, elemental energy, grounded, spiritual growth, relief, a time of rest. So that's really interesting, because now with the addition of this rune card, now we have 2 masculine energies and 2 feminine energies. So it's balanced out. So we have the themes of fertility and virility and procreation. What I'm also getting from this is almost like a sense of the Empress card, just this creative energy sort of in general, but on the male side, on the masculine energy side. You know, because that is something too to talk about here. When we're in this transitional period, when we're in sort of this dark energy, this murky energy, like I was saying, it's also a time of creativity. And some of the astrology highlighted that as well, where it was talking about writing and publications and things like that. And I was suggesting you guys to maybe journal or meditate, think deeply about things, get in touch with your inner truth and be expressive with it. That's a sort of creative energy as well. And a lot of times creativity comes out of these time periods. And again, we should not underestimate our creative power. So what I like about this card is also it represents the, prostrating to the earth. Almost a sense of surrender, giving in to these chthonic, darker energies. And in doing so, we get in touch with a deeper creativity, a deeper fertility and virility once again. So again, it's highlighting that we need to trust the process. Don't fight change. Go with the flow. And allow your inner voice to guide you through it. And take positive action. Okay. Okay, I'll just take a moment and see if any other messages come through. something that kind of came up in the reading, but I want to just add an additional message with it, where I was talking about don't doubt yourself, trust yourself that you can accomplish these things, whatever your intention is, whatever you will, whatever you decide for your path. You know, don't doubt yourself. I feel like maybe some of you have lost touch with that inner guidance and that inner voice. Maybe it's something that's been dormant for a long time. And because of that, you've sort of gone into this dark place of not trusting, of not embracing your power. And so this is definitely a time for you to do that inner work, do that meditation, do that journaling. Get in touch with your inner voice and your inner truth once again, and allow that to come to the surface, to blossom and revitalize you. You know, if we're in a dark time, don't run away from it. Don't try to resist it or deny that it's happening. The only way forward is through acceptance. We have to accept what's happening in order to then work through it. So if you're facing challenges, if you're going through a dark period, anything like that, you know, be aware, accept what's going on around you, accept what's going on in your life, and then get in touch with your inner truth at this time. Get in touch with that inner voice that's telling you what's the next step for you. And believe in it. Trust in it. Allow it to guide you. And take decisive action with it. When we act upon our intuition and we act upon that inner guidance, that is the most powerful magic that there ever will be in our lives. And each of our souls knows what's best for us at any given moment. So believe in and trust in yours. And again, that message was coming up. You know, you will be surprised by the positive outcomes through whatever these changes are that you're going through at this time. All right, guys, with that said, that's going to be all for this reading. I hope that it really helped you, and I hope that you have a lovely super moon. Please make sure to like and subscribe if this reading helped you. And as always, if you would like to get in touch with me for a private reading, you can contact me through the methods below in the description box. As well, you can join my Patreon and have access to all of my courses and video lessons on witchcraft, magic, the occult. Comment below and let me know if this reading resonated with you. And I will see you guys in the next video. As always, until next time, hail Hecate, hail to the witches, and blessed be.